Hello and welcome to another episode where we take a closer look at Eador Imperium. And the previous episode we were able to conquer a province. Unfortunately we took some losses, but that was mostly due to really bad decision making on my part. So I'll try to avoid that this episode. But then again, it opened up a slot for a better troop that we wanted to replace anyways. So let's call it a sacrifice. What we're going to do right now is we're going to go back to our stronghold in Whitestone. We're going to get some repairs. Also, take a closer look at the buildings that we want to build, because we have the magic ability now, but we have to make sure that we can actually load some spells. And I will show you how that's done as well. After that, we're going to go back out there and either visit one of the locations or actually possibly conquer another province. We'll see. But first things first, let's go back to the province. And the turn, we'll actually have a look here. So our income is still positive. You know, have good generation as well. The more troops you get in your army, of course, the more upkeep you have. And we don't really need that many troops right now, so we're trying to avoid that. We want to keep positive gold income. There's another way of playing the game, is actually getting more troops and having, you know, more upkeep than actually gold that you generate. But what you do in the meantime is, because of your bigger army, you can simply visit more locations and engage in more battles faster and use the loot from the battles to actually use that as an upkeep, so to speak. Well, let's end the turn. Let's get some repairs done. There's the tip again. Okay. Scheduled construction is popping up, and it's allowing us to build that in right now. So let's do that. Okay, let's go back here. First, we're going to go here to visit the stores. This will allow us to repair here, repair all items, or if you want to focus on individual items, you can use that option. That's repair all items, it's 12 gold. The stores don't really offer much right now. There's really no upgrade for us. We can build more stores. That is part of the plan as well. But in the beginning I focus on other things. But we will eventually build more stores. And hopefully we'll actually get some items from loot when conquering a province or visiting one of the locations. So let's have a look at the garrison. We can recruit these troops now. And let's grab one swordsman. Another tank. Now you see the -2 here. This is the morale modifier. Let's read this because it's pretty important. When the hero's party consists of the units of opposing alignments, their morale suffers, whereas an army of all good or all evil enjoys a morale boost. Now, looking at this, the problem is in this case not that there's troops of other alignment. He's lawful, and if you look at the bowman, he's neutral. That has no effect on his feelings, because neutral has no effect on anything here. And he's lawful as well. He took a morale hit in our last battle. His morale is at 8. And the other swordsman has a 10. It's from pot still, as it remains from the last battle. So that's why it's actually -2 right now. Also, you can see his health bar. He's still recuperating. He's at half health right now. So what we can do is, when you go to hero and garrison in the drop down here, we have nothing in the garrison. We have our 3 troops. We can actually put him in there. And as I mentioned before in another episode, this will actually restore his health and morale faster. I'm going to keep an eye on that so we can actually see that. Let's go out there. Now, this option here, study spells, is actually the way that we can learn magic spells, as it says in the library of the stronghold. We don't have a library. We don't have any spells at our disposal. It's pretty important that we're going to get some spells. So let's have a look at the construction in the stronghold. This is built. And let's go to magic. We want to build a library, so let's get that one locked in for next turn. And after that, we want to actually use one of the magic schools. These are 6 buildings for different magic schools. Same as units, some come actually with positive effects, some are more neutral. So this one has positive karma. This one is neutral. This one is neutral. This one is neutral. This one is negative. And this one is negative as well. Now the one that I'm looking for is because you see the spells listed here, and there's a distinction between these 3 blue ones right now and the red one. Look what it says. It says Enchanted Cover should be cast on your province. So this is actually something that you can, on the global map, cast in one of your provinces. And then you can actually see the tooltip that, for example, when placed in the province, this cover is magically filled with gold. Blah, blah, blah. So this is, when you select this magic school, you get some spells, but you also get one usually for the global map as well. This is what we call a ritual. So let's have a look at the other schools. This is a sanctuary, so it's more focused on blessing and healing. These are the 3 spells that we would get. Plus Chalice of Life. That would be the ritual that we can cast on, in this case, on our hero or province. You cannot cast it on yourself while in battle mode. So, restores 5 hit points to the hero and all his units. That's actually quite a bit. And it also shows a cooldown. Cooldown is 4 turns. That means that you can cast a ritual and then it goes on cooldown for 4 turns. You can cast the ritual again 4 turns from now. It's actually really a handy spell to have, because you can actually heal faster and engage in the next battle and get more loot and experience faster that way. These are different kind of spells that are more of different kind of magic school of sorcery. This is not something that I normally don't take in the beginning. My favorite, let me find this, is actually this one, my first one, because of these 3 spells. First of all, it has a slow, which is probably my favorite spell for my scout, because if you look at what it does, it has a range of 9, which is quite a far range for casting. It has a 6-turn duration, so it reduces the speed of the target by 2. The enchanted unit loses 1 stamina point every turn. If the spell reduces the target speed below 1, it can still move, but will lose some stamina every step. Duration increases with the caster's concentration. What this means is that I don't care much about the stamina loss that they are suffering, but it's more about the slow movement. So especially when you slow them down and you have a bunch of archers in your army, then you can simply pick them off faster that way. Or you can actually keep dangerous units in the back to slow them down while you go for the vulnerable ones. It's just my favorite spell so far in the beginning of the game. This is haste. You can cast this on your own unit and increase the speed of that target by 2. For example, if you want to rush a tank in, it can be pretty handy. And it has 4 duration. And something else to note in here is that it says it's circle 1. If you look at the bottom of the tooltip, elemental magic circle 1. That means that it's kind of like the level, the rank of the spell. And this can actually go up. This is also pretty handy. Air shield. You can cast it on your friendly troop, and then it will increase the range defense of the target by 4 and its magic resistance by 1. So this is really handy when you're dealing with bowmen or crossbowmen that are shooting at your healers, for example, or shooting at your bowmen. This is usually the one that I focus on first of all. I'm going to queue this one up. It needs the library, which is going to be built here, so we're going to go push this one here. Okay. When those 2 buildings are done, this option will actually be lit up, so we can actually study spells at that moment. Let's have another look here, because these options are, we've looked at that. So keep in mind, this is the recruitment. This is not our garrison. These are the 2 troops in our army right now. Let's look at the garrison. There should be that 1 unit in there. They're in garrison, and you can move the troops over. You can also recruit straight into the garrison. So if you want to say, hey, I want to put another swordsman in here, you can put him in there, but we don't need that right now. Okay, let's get out of here. This button is not lit up right now. It's the rituals. Right now we don't know any rituals. In 2 turns from now we will know our first one. And in this case it's actually not that healing one, but it's a speed bonus ritual that we have. So it's not as good as the healing one in my book, but the spells are basically what we're going for in this case. Okay, so we recruited another troop, and you see that our upkeep will go down because of that. Or actually the upkeep will go up and our net income will go down. Okay, I'm just going to explore and end the turn, because I'm basically waiting for the buildings and also for the unit to be healed up to full health. That was a little bit too fast for me. The party did not encounter anything unusual, yet managed to map 9% of land in the province of Whitestone. And continue exploring. So right now we're at 59. There's another tip. Okay, it allows us to build that library right now, so let's get that done. This province is still at 20, so that is something that we really have to pump up there. Let's have a look at the garrison. He gained 1 morale back. I don't remember how much health he had. He's now at 13, so we still have to kind of wait on this. Doesn't matter much, because we were waiting for that magic school anyways. We were going to build a pub in here, which at the moment will only give 1 income because we don't have a theater yet in the stronghold, but let's get that built. You can only build 1 building. If you, let's say that we would own and control all these provinces, we can only build 1 building in a province per turn. So this would basically be it. We would not be allowed to build a pub in here or whatever you want to do. So it's just 1 building that you can devote to a province. And you have to wait for the next turn to build, for example, in this province. That's end the turn. He found an ancient crypt. Let's just examine it. Our army is pretty weak right now, and we're going to avoid that one. Let's retreat. It allows us to build that magic building right now. So let's get that done. The tip actually reminded me of something else I wanted to bring up. Because right now we have a hero scout, but that doesn't mean that you're limited to 1 hero. So you can have more heroes in the game, but the moment you purchase a second hero, the price will go up substantially. So in this case it would be 500. If you want to actually build a second hero of the same class, if you already have one of that class, it will actually go up substantially to 5,000 gold. Right now, there's not much point for us to actually have 2 heroes, because the hero will come with an army, will generate upkeep, and there's really not much the hero, even if we could afford it, there's not much really the hero can do at the moment. But I did want to show that to you, so that further in the game we will have a second or third hero as well. Okay, let's look at the troops again. So is garrison. Okay, his morale is still not completely up, but he is almost at full health. Definitely progress there. Okay, I'm gonna see what we need to build to get that theater. Okay, theater. Great. We have the 2 buildings that are required to build the theater. And we looked at this last episode, if I remember correctly. And it improves population mood in the capital province by 1. And it improves population mood in provinces with a pub, a tavern, or an inn by 1. It's quite expensive though, but it will... Let's just do it. It will, make everybody happy. Okay, we'll put it in here. It's 400 gold, so we should be able to get that then. I'm going to queue something else. Let's go to the military quarter. Let's go to rank 1. Okay, so we have 2 swordsmen. I probably want to focus on the crossbowmen. It requires the workshop. We're going to queue that one up. And even if we don't have any gold, just like in the last episode we saw it, it will simply postpone construction. So it's still good to simply set it all up. Back to the military quarter. Let's get the crossbowmen. Okay. Alright. One more turn exploring, then we'll grab the guy out of the garrison and start seeing if we can actually plunder or loot one of the locations. Oh, I almost forgot. We have our magic school. Looking at the magic options for our hero, you see that he has 4 ranks as well. These are locked up right now. This one is opened up because he already has magic level 2. And he has 4 open slots that are for circle 1. He has 1 for circle 2. We don't even have any circle 2 spells. You can actually get that as you progress in buildings and more more sophisticated magic buildings, but you can also get it if you, for example, plunder a province. I shouldn't use the word plunder, but if you conquer a province or conquer a location, and you can actually get a magic scroll as loot that you can learn. Right now we're going to put these spells, you just grab them, you put them in there. And yes, so this is also important to note. He uses spells based on his magic ability. So that means that if I would only take one slow, he can only use it once. It's not an ability that he can repeatedly cast. So in order for us to have 2 slows at our disposal, we need basically to put 2 slows in this slot here. Now, we don't have a Circle 2 spell, but this will actually still allow us to grab a Circle 1. Put it right in there. He's actually not able to cast 5 spells, but we want to have him at our disposal in case the battle requires it. It depends on the enemy and what we want to do. So he's loaded with magic spells. That definitely will make a big difference. End the turn. Then we're going to grab a guy out of the garrison. Okay. We found a dark dungeon. 3 giant spiders. In that case, we're going to retreat, because we would have no chance. We can construct a theater. This little face here, I'm not sure if you saw it change, but it actually went up because of the theater, the mood increased in the stronghold, and it went from content to very content. This one went from neutral to content. So because now the pop actually has a positive morale effect due to the fact that we finally built that theater. Let's grab our guy from the garrison. Where's he at? Full morale, full health. Okay. Did we have any locations in here that are easier? The brigands, we can do that one. Okay. We visit the location here, select this one. Buildings are being built here. We're kind of low on gold, but we still have plus 27 now. So these are all the options that you have in the province, and there's several ways to play this. I usually focus on income and morale. I want to keep them happy and get more income. You can also build strongholds and buildings like outposts. And the thing is that you can only build 3 buildings in the province, but if you do an upgrade, for example, we can upgrade from pub to tavern. If we have the required building in the capital province, then that would still be counting as 1 building, because you simply upgrade 1. But you have 3 buildings that you can select. So we can select this one, this one, this one, and then upgrade them all the way to the right, if we want to do it that way. Now this is a forest. Let's see. No, I was about to say, this is hills. This is a forest. This could be quite beneficial, because it will actually give us 5 income. Cost 70 to make. That is 14 turns to actually get the gold out of it. But we'll have a closer look at that later. For now, we grab a guy out of the garrison. We're going to actually do some battle again. Alright, ending turn. The mod has approached the deserted ruins of a city of the ancients. Often an ancient artifact or treasures hidden by the current occupants of the ruins can be found in such places. Scouting has revealed that the ancient ruins are not as deserted as they may have appeared at first glance. 4 enemies: brigands, thief, and the bowman. And as I mentioned before, the bowman is going to be our focus. The rest is normally easy pickings, especially right now with the magic spells. So let's do attack. Okay, so we're first gonna do the layout of our troops. Put the tanks here. A lot of hills, so I definitely like that. Range 6, range 6. Okay, that should be it. Okay, bowman is always in the back. There's these 2 guys. We have looked at those before. If I hover over it on the left bottom here, you can actually see that this updates when I hover over the enemy. So you can kind of see the numbers right there. Nothing really impressive. Because this is the guy that does most damage. Okay, I'm gonna move this guy up. Now I can move forward, but the problem is that if I move my hero to these hills, it will actually cost him stamina 1. And we want to avoid that. I mean, let them do the walking, let them run over all the hills. It takes a little bit longer, but yeah, no. Alright. This one is already in range. I'm actually going to use a spell just to show how it works. You click on the book here to access your spells. We have the 2 slows, that's why there's a 2, and we have the 2 air shields, and we have 1 haste. Let's just cast the slow on this guy. Now I'm hovering over him. You see that there's already a debuff. It shows the slow with 5 turns. Let me click on him. So he's slow for 5 turns, and he has no movement speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's actually not even in range. He's going to be stuck there for a while, which is perfect. I'm actually going to move this one up. I'll move this one closer. I don't think this guy's going to do much this game. Or this battle, I should say. Okay. Let's start shooting at that one. Yeah. He's also in range of our other bowman. Perfect. This guy lost a little bit of stamina when he moved over the hills. Now we can actually use this option, rest. And it skips a turn in order to restore some stamina. So let's do that. This guy, let's move him up here. Up. Let's end the turn here. Okay. So he's in range and our hero would actually kill him, but I want to divide the fun up a little bit between my troops. So let's shoot at this one. He's also in range, but I'm actually going to shoot at this one with my bowman. He actually took more damage because he has hardly any defense. And then I should be able to hopefully finish this off. Okay, let's go that direction. Nice. And let's just stand here. He restored his stamina. You can actually see that when the computer is doing his turn, and at the end of the turn, you actually see the numbers coming from the units rising above their head, if I can call it that. And that actually are the numbers that show the stamina, the morale, and the health differences, changes. Let's have a look. See the stamina -1. Now if I shoot at him, let's first select this unit. So I got stamina -1, morale +1 because I killed him. It already was shown before my arrow even reached him, because the computer knows that he's dead. So he gives already +1. Let's shoot at him. Stamina -1 because every time you do something, cast a spell or shoot or attack, you lose 1 stamina. This guy can't reach. He's still stuck for another 2 turns. Great. I'm actually gonna, let's see, he has a range of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm actually gonna move him closer. Okay, end turn. Yep. I didn't counterattack, I actually parried his attack and killed him that way. Sometimes it goes a little bit fast, or let's see. I'm gonna give him air shield. So now his range defense, if you look at the bottom here, is 9. Let's find out how much damage that bowman is still gonna do. Well, 1. So now, to top it off, we're going to give him that haste. So there's movement speed +2, but he's only dealing with hills, so there's really not much he can do right now, because the hills just eat his movement. Also, important to note is that his magic spells right now, he's done. He used them all. I was actually not thinking he could use them all because of his limited magic level, but apparently he can, so I stand corrected on that. But Or actually, no, he didn't. He has still a slow and air shield. I was about to say. But either way, the important to note is that next battle, everything will be completely recharged. It's not like health that you have to recuperate. The magic will be completely recharged, so they're all going to be available again. Let's see here. Okay, end the turn. No, he's going to keep shooting. I'm actually going to go around here, because he still has haste for 3 turns. I just want him to finish that guy off. So let's do that. Oh, we might actually kill him. He lost 1 morale and 7 hit points. So I wonder what he's going to do right now. Ooh, okay. See, now I can actually backstab. I can go here. And I think it actually shows when I backstab him. Backstab. It does more damage. Because of course you're more vulnerable, you know, at your back. So 24 gold. Well, they had some high levels, but I mean those units are really very simplistic. We got another level increase, so this time we can actually level our command. Our command was leveled, so we can have our 3 choices again. We keep getting this one, which is great, because it's actually one of my favorite abilities that he can choose from. Let's see what this is. Diplomacy, rewards plus 10%, prices minus 10. I don't care much for that. Spoils, I don't care for that either. Let's keep leveling this one. Now it's going to give us +1 speed, and +1 resistance. That is actually really handy. Plus speed is actually something that is important on the battle map. Otherwise it's mobility that's on the global map. So keep that in mind. Our bowman actually leveled, so he can choose between foraging. That will lower his upkeep cost by 4 gold, or he can have 1 more health. I'm going to lower the upkeep, because normally in the game I replace them with a crossbowman. We actually found something after we searched the terrain. A short staff. That's not something really for our scout, but still nice, we can sell it. 89 gold and 6 gems. Okay, that was pretty successful. We can build our workshop. Remember, we are trying to get to the crossbowman. Let's build that. Now, since it's another turn, we actually are allowed to build a building here, but we cannot build anything because we don't have those buildings in the stronghold that will open these tiers, these buildings up for us. Let me see here. I do want to go for the sawmill, and that requires the Carpenter's Guild. If you see the Carpenter's Guild, you actually see the level of the rank of the building shown as the 2. So this is a rank 2, and if I'm not mistaken that should be trade or craftsman. Let's have a look here. So, craftsman rank 2. There's a Carpenter's Guild. It's a little bit more than we have right now. We could still put it in the queue, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to switch over to the magic. I want to get that healing one. Let's see where that is at again. Nope, go rank 2. This is that healing one. Let's build that one, but in this case he needs the altar as a requirement. Okay, we'll build that one in this queue. Then going back to the magic. And we'll go to this one. That will be built, and then we'll just put them right here. As long as we have the gold, it will build everything, but then that might be the issue. Army is doing fine. Level 1, 0. He has +1 morale, because there's another lawful one. I'm just double checking one thing. Because you would expect that he would also have +1 morale. But I'm not really sure, to be honest, as to why that's not the case. I've looked into that and I couldn't find an answer. If you know the answer, please leave me a comment, because maybe I've been looking in the wrong places, but I was not able to determine as to why he does not get 1 morale bonus and he does. Maybe it has to do with the fact that he's 1 level higher. Let's keep an eye on that, because that's definitely something that I want to keep an eye on. I'm gonna get an explanation for that. I don't think we have another location that is really easy. They're kind of tough also. We're gonna move here. There's really nothing else we need to do. Actually, let me go to the store, because we have that item. You can sell it by clicking on the axe, or you can click it and drag it over here. I got a little bit of gold. Let's repair. 2 gold repair, that's not too bad. And end the turn. Okay. Build our crossbow skull. Let me see what... this is not something we want to mess with. Let's do the exploration. And end the turn. We're building. We have the whole building queue set up here, and there's nothing we can build here. Our hero is going to explore. There's really not much else you can do right now. We found an ancient crypt. Let's examine. It's 6 units, including skeletons and zombies. Skeletons are really an interesting unit to deal with, to fight against. I'm not going to be tempted to actually select this to show you, because we would have a problem with the zombies at the moment, I think. Would still be, I think, a decent battle, though, because we have our spells, but let's not risk this. Let's keep on exploring. That province really is only at 23%. Altar, we don't have enough gold. That's fine. We'll just wait. How much does it need? 50. We should get that. How much do we have? Plus 31, so that should be a fine next turn. Let's keep on exploring. The ruined tower. Orc, witch doctor, orc, club thrower. I think we've dealt with them before. Let's do this. Because now we can actually show the differences because of our spells. Remember that, I think it was against the orcs where... wasn't it where the spearman died? So let's take some revenge here. Okay. Let's see, do we have any hills anywhere? A lot of forest. This would be a really great spot for one of the range to stand on. Maybe there. Yeah, let's try this. Let's... Well, I cannot access that because it's outside of a zone where we can place the troops in the beginning. Okay, so let's see. And look at the bottom there. You can actually see that he right now has 3 movement. This used to be 2, and now it's +1, so it's 3. So that's really handy. In that case, I'm gonna move him over here. I'm gonna move him here. Let's get the tanks on this side as well. Alright, so let's get this party started. Hopefully this guy almost. Okay, we're gonna move him closer. I'm gonna move him closer. Okay, the rest just follows. Let's see, we have the orc club thrower, the witch doctor, and this guy is a pain in the butt. And those 2 orcs, let's see what he is gonna do. Okay, that's not too bad. We'll start casting a spell. What we're gonna do is we're gonna slow one of them. Let's see. These guys, this guy actually has decent range defense. They have 3. Let's slow this guy, so he's gonna be stuck. Move him on the hill. He's in range of the witch doctor now, I'm pretty sure, and that could be a little bit of a problem. Let's have a look. Okay, well, through the middle, I guess. Nope, he's still focusing on my hero, which is fine by me. This guy didn't even move because we cast that spell on him. He has 5 range, he's just out of range, but he used 2 spells already, so that is fine by me. Okay, let's start doing some damage on this guy. And that's a club thrower. I'm gonna slow him down. Okay, and end the turn. Well, actually move him up here. Okay, and let's move him forward here and... Oh. Alright, he's locked in place. So now I'm gonna pick him off. As I mentioned, those spells make a huge difference for our battle. You got a lot more control as to who you're dealing with earlier, and... Okay. Yep, fine by me. So he's done casting. Let's not forget that he still has a lot of damage. That's what we forgot. Oh well, that's what I forgot. When my spearman took a blow to the head there. He has 11 damage. We don't have a slow, so the moment he starts moving... How much movement does he normally have? 1, perfect, so we'll just pick him off. I would prefer for him to get the kill. Perfect. Nice. Then... we have 3 arrows. He has 5 still, so that's good. Is he in range of anything? Perfect. Let's shoot at the witch doctor. He actually has 4 defense, so... Okay, let's use the arrows on this. And that's again where the crossbowman would do a lot more damage because he ignores half of their range defense, so that's a lot more damage. Okay. And the turn right here. He is basically... I wouldn't say useless, because he has that lovely melee attack that I kind of forgot about. There's no hills here. I might actually move back and put both of these on the hills, because we're going to be dealing with... Well, the club thrower, he's almost dead. We're going to be dealing with a lot of melee. Can this guy reach him? I can reach him, but it's... I'm not sure if that's going to be a kill. Let's focus on this guy. And he's still not in range, so I'm not even sure if he moved. Oh, he's just... No, he doesn't want to move. Okay. Nice. Okay. Let's move a little bit with these guys, give him some experience. Orc, club thrower, so he's going to throw his club, very likely. Nope. Okay. That's why he wasn't moving, because that spell was actually lasting quite a while on this guy. That slow that we cast on him. I can kill him with my hero. I want him to get the kill. Get some experience with them. I'll just wait here. I really want to level the tanks up. 100% battle this. Okay. Let's see. Select this one. I don't really want to risk anything. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to risk anything. Great. Okay, so let's level this one up. You can choose between morale and range defense. Well, let's do the range defense. It's pretty handy on a tank. And then the other swordsman is actually hitting level 2, so that's nice. You can increase his stamina or his parry. I like his parry. As you can see, that can do quite a bit of damage combined with the counter attack there. 93 gold and 11 gems. So that's not bad. It will definitely allow us to build that building, that altar. Let's build that. Next building up for construction is that magic school. So that will allow us then to heal. That will really help, because right now if we look at the troops, he needs a little bit of healing. But I think things are going pretty well. what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it here. And next episode, we're going to heal up. And we're going to do some more exploring. Also build some more military units as well. I really want to build that Triarius school. Because I like those units. And we have definitely the slots for them in the army. We just have to make sure that we have the gold to support it. So 31 plus, that's not bad at all. If you have any preference regarding units or buildings that you would like to see or explained, just leave me a comment. And I can definitely pay attention to that and address that in the next episode. But for now, let's leave it here. Again, I thank you for listening to my rambling. And hopefully you will be there next time. Thank you so much. Have a great day.